Welcome back. The authors of a new report showing a major loss of trust in the New Zealand news media say it's time for news organisations to look in the mirror.
Just a third of Kiwis now say they trust the news. That's down 20% from 5 years ago. As Isabel Ewing reports, the researchers say the news media needs to rebuild public understanding of its role.
Can I ask you a quick question, please?
Yeah.
Do Kiwis trust the news? We asked around.
I think I trust the TV media. I think, yes, generally I do.
Hopefully, because they do informed research, so we should be able to trust them.
But that was far from the common response. There's a new report out today that shows only 30% of New Zealanders trust the media. Does that surprise you?
Not really.
Do you read the news?
No, I don't. Do you trust the media?
No.
Newshub's anecdotal findings are backed up by the 5th annual report published by AUT's Research Centre for Journalism, Media and Democracy.
The media does need to look in the mirror now. Not that I think it's lost its purpose, not that I think it's lost its integrity, but it's certainly lost its audience.
Since 2020, trust in the New Zealand news media has dropped by a whopping 20%, and nearly half of that trust was lost in the last year.
In the 5 years we've been doing it, trust in news in New Zealand has declined at a faster rate than other countries. So we've gone from sort of the top of the bunch of the comparable countries to very near the bottom.
The authors say the reasons are complex, but some are easy to identify. The pandemic and loss of trust in the government spilled into a mistrust of all providers of information. But also, audiences are turned off by the mixing of opinion with news.
That doesn't mean that the media doesn't have a right to its views or that opinion columns aren't useful. But the audience seems to no longer be able to tell the difference. And the audience thinks they're just being preached at.
There was also mistrust over media using the government-provided public interest journalism fund during the hard times of the pandemic. A mistrust spurred on by Winston Peters, who called it state-funded bribery.
You can't defend $55 million of bribery.
Well, the primary responsibility sits with you and the media industry yourselves to make sure that you are building your social licence, you're building your trust with the New Zealand people.
Michael Baker says the mainstream media plays an essential role in conveying information during crises like a pandemic.
It's really still the best place to get fact-based and science-based information. And the alternative is far, far worse. That is, everyone does their own research on social media.
The news media and journalism in need of a major PR overhaul. Do you trust the media?
Certain media. What's this going on?
Newshub, live at 6. Hopefully we're one of those ones. Before it's too late. Isabel Ewing, Newshub.